Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back. I'm glad to see you here, and today I am doing a video suggestion from Miss Yellow Cat, I believe. I'll leave your name somewhere up here because I believe I'm saying it right. If I'm saying it wrong, don't be mad at me, or do. That's your personal choice. I can't tell you how to feel. Anyway, this is another Stray Kids video, Maniac, and I'm really interested to check this out to see what it is. But enough of my rambling. Let's just get into this, shall we? Excuse me.
Let's go. 정상인 척 다들 힘좀 빼. 짓고 있는 미소들은 새. 락이 풀리면 다 똑같지. 눈은 날 무서워. 허브제는 풀렸네. 정신을 간신히 잡.
Okay, first things first, and I know I'm stopping very early into this, my wire's all tangled for my headphones. And something very interesting here. And he says, after Let's Go, he says, all of your smiles look weird. When the lock is released, we're all the same. The real self has been released. What's really interesting is like, because it's very interesting usage of it. It's like everyone's smile looks weird. It's like so like everyone is bizarre, but we're all the same. So we're all basically it's like saying we're all a little weird. We're all a little off kilter. There is no one that's really like all that normal when you get down to it. I'm guessing is what they're saying so far. And the real stuff has been released, and basically like stop trying to live behind a facade of what you think normal is supposed to be. You're a little strange. That's perfectly fine. A lot of us are very strange. Don't be afraid to be yourself. So far is what I'm getting, but let's keep going and see where this is taking us.
정신을 간신히 잡지. 눈 한 번 깜빡이고 빼. 다시 세상이 정한 정상인 코스프레 준비.
Yeah, because again, this song says again, back to cosplaying. That's what society defines normal to be. No. And like, and even like, it's symbolized here, even like in the subway scene before we move farther along. It's like, look at all these people in their suits, on their phones. This guy looks completely just dead inside. And then here he is standing out in his pink and black jacket with appears to be a big fuzzy hat on. I can't really see it from this distance. And the whole idea of like, he's standing out amongst this crowd of people. And a lot of these people, in many ways, are confined by society and very afraid to be who they are and to be themselves truthfully and out loud because they're afraid of being judged. But let's keep it rolling.
Action, mind blow, 정신은 backup 프로토타입 내 속은 언제나 fit the monster 유행 같은 친절함은 저리 지나 rotten 내 통수에다 시원하게 욕.
Did he say you can backbite me as much as you want? I'll ignore them anyway. Okay, now well, first and foremost, that was a pretty sick flow right there. I'm not gonna lie. That was like he came hard with it. Let's come back a little bit and break down what he said. Prototype on the inside, I'm always a freaky monster.
프로토타입 내 속은 언제나 fit the monster 유행 같은 친절함은 저리 지나 rotten 내 통수에다 시원하게 욕해도 다 먹어 Hop in 순진하게만 보다가 크게 다짐 호의가 계속되면 권리줄 나를 toxic.
What did he say? Hold on. He says here, when a favorite continues, people think it's their right. Toxic. And then before that, though, he said, if you think I'm just pure and innocent, you're wrong. I like that. I like what he's saying here is like, basically he's like a prototype. I'm a prototype. I've always been a monster. I'm basically the design for what scares you. I am the basic, the plan for what scared you. I am the beginning of that. I am the original. Like, if you think I'm just pure, and if you think I'm just some nice guy, you're wrong. And move forward. When a favorite continues, people think it's their right. Before we get further into his lyrics, basically, well, I can feel what he's saying here though, which is I'm the design for what you fear, but at the same time, you think that I'm just some nice person and some pushover, pretty much, I guess is what I'm gathering. but I'm really not. Because when you do favor and you can't be, because when you do favor, because when favors continue, people think it's their right, toxic. Basically, when you are nice and caring and giving to people, people start to feel entitled to it, like it's something that's owed to them, that your kindness is owed to them, and they can misunderstand your kindness for weakness. But he's making it very clear that no, 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 I am not as kind and innocent as you think I am. Deep down, I'm really a monster, and if you push me to that limit, you will see that. Let's see where he's going over the rest of his lyrics. But that's what I've gathered so far. This is fun.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 Maniac. 핑핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, Frankenstein처럼 걸어 Maniac, Maniac. Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 무슨 Maniac. 핑핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, 비정상품 속에 죽는 Maniac, Maniac.
Basically, what I've gathered so far from this song, and again, tell me if I'm wrong or not. I love hearing from you guys. Is that what I've gathered so far is that, like, you know, you're living in a world full of people always trying to pretend to be something, pretending to be something they're not, pretending to be what they think is socially acceptable. But when you're willing to be yourself, people will look at you like you're some kind of monster. And maybe you really are some kind of monster. But it's better to be the monster than to pretend to be something that you're not, and pretend to be sweet and nice when you're really not that sweet, and you really aren't that nice. And when you are, and when you try to pretend to be those things, people will just take advantage of you anyway. So it's better to just be the maniac, the monster that you really are, and embrace it instead of trying to hide and run from it. And basically, well, actually, what I'm actually really starting to understand here is when they say we're all the same. I may have misunderstood that a little bit at first, but I think what he's really saying is, like, none of us are really as innocent and nice as we try to pretend to be. Like, a lot of people care about reputation and care about what their reputation says about them and what it does for them. But a lot of times people don't actually do things that coincide with the reputation or the image they put forth, when they're really not as nice as they pretend to be. They're not as sweet or innocent or pure as they pretend to be. They're all putting on the facade to try to do that to fit in, and eventually, like I said, like a doll with torn seams, your insides will show. I'm paraphrasing, but, like, you know, you can't maintain that forever. Everyone has a moment when that facade, when that image is going to slip, when you're gonna reveal who you really are, and who you really are isn't always what you try to portray, you know. And I think a lot of us can fall victim to that, and this song really is, like, you know, addressing that idea, and I can dig it. I'm digging it. I know, I like that. You know, when I'm walking some minefield, like, it feels like you have to, like, basically walk on eggshells, because you never know when things are gonna blow up on you, and people are just like these contained storms. Like, everything about them is just being held in so tightly when it really wants to get out, but they're afraid to. It's like, you know, very good imagery, very good vocal imagery. I like that. It paints a good picture. That's why I think the definition of a good rhyme. A good rhyme can paint a very clear mental image for you with its metaphors.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 Maniac. 핑핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, Frankenstein처럼 걸어 Maniac, Maniac. Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 무슨 Maniac. 핑핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, 비정상품 속에 죽는 Maniac, Maniac. 이렇게 두 눈은 눈앞에 모든 감각이 날 서있지 예쁘게 포장한 대로 매번 갖던 우리 흘러가다 보면 결국 드러나겠지 지금까지 내면의 그 모습이 yeah.
You know, I've already addressed the lyrics pretty much, and there's not really much more to say about the lyrics at this point. But I do just want to say, like, I did like that breakdown. I do like a good instrumental breakdown when it kind of when the song has a particular tone, but then they kind of smooth it out and slow it down for a minute. It's like a breath of fresh air within the song. It very much like kind of breaks things up a little bit before it ramps up the action again. Also, this whole scene right here, you know what very much reminds me of? It reminds me of the mirror dimension from Doctor Strange. I don't know if it's like a reference to that, but that's very much what this reminds me of right here.
Maniac. 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 You cannot stop with the truth. Maniac. 나서 빠진 것처럼 무슨 maniac. 잃어버리겠지 maniac. 비정상구성이 중간 maniac. Maniac.
Okay, that was Maniac by Stray Kids. I gotta say, you know what? I enjoy that. I really enjoy the idea behind the song and the message and the feeling the song is very much addressing and trying to convey. And again, I think it addresses something that we all deal with in our lives, and it's something I don't like to say this very often, but it's something that we can all relate to. It's a very, I think, relatable song to the inner turmoil that people deal with the conflict of expressing who you really are versus how you wish to be portrayed in society. But then at the same time, the image and the reputation you try to portray conflict with who you really are. And very few of us can actually live up to the reputation that we put forth, or the identity that we put forth to the outside world. And on a long enough timeline, we will all end up exposing ourselves for who we really are. Anyway, I really enjoyed that. I like that suggestion. If you have any more suggestions, please let me know. I like to check it out. I'm digging Stray Kids so far. This is like my third video I've done about them. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. You think I'm right? You think I'm wrong? For anything that I missed? What's your opinion on it? I'd love to hear it. We can have a talk down there. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And subscribe.